When you think about college, it's easy to think of intimidating things.
Like the large campus and classrooms, big books, and big tests. But when you get here, you realize that it's not just about these things.
It's about the people.
The people who pushed us to succeed.
Those who struggled and achieved with us.
It's about finding our place.
And living and learning with people who care about you.
This is home.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Last but certainly not least, in fact I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
The GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Welcome back in from the Fire Lake Arena in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Quarterfinal number 3 of 4 today, and it's a women's matchup featuring the number 8 seeded Southern Arkansas Mule Riders and the number 1 seeded Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm for a chance to play in semifinal Saturday. Welcome once again, everybody. I'm Blake Smith along with Joey McWilliams. And Joey, even though Southern Arkansas comes in as a number 8 seed, they have a very interesting style of play. They call it chaos, and it looks almost more like a hockey style game.
You know, and I've seen this from Southern Arkansas teams in the past. They have come to the Great American Conference tournament and brought that chaos with them. And the result, near victory against the number 1 seed just a couple of years ago. I expect nothing different from them today. When they come out, and like you said, that hockey play, they'll bring players in and out, and they will make sure that there are fresh legs on the court, and it's a quick pace.
They will press 100% of the time, full court, run and jump, lots of traps. Southern Nazarene, by contrast, lost 3 out of their first 4 games to teams that are ranked ahead of them in the Central Region rankings. But ever since then, they have gone 23-1, and they cruise through conference play as we take a look at the starting lineups for both teams for today's game. The number 5 rated offense for Southern Nazarene and the number 2 rated defense. And Joey, they're ranked top 5 in every statistical category in the league with the exception of 3-point percentage and turnover margin.
And you know what the interesting thing about that is too? You talk about how they're ranked, and they're all ranked in the top 5. So you're Southern Nazarene. However, they're not ranked tops in any category. The only category in the league that they are ranked at the top at is win-loss. And of course, that's what matters. They need to continue tonight as they're trying to earn that automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. So there's a little bit of room to play there. They have room to improve, and you know, that's one of the things Coach May does with his teams. He finds ways to get them to improve game after game and throughout the season.
It's a battle of fifth-year coaches. Adam Collins at Southern Arkansas, Trent May at Southern Nazarene. We are in for an interesting game. Harding has already defeated East Central today. On the women's side, we have 2 more games tomorrow. Now we're getting ready for quarterfinal number 2 in women's action. You get a couple more basketball games for you tonight. We've got a men's quarterfinal coming up after this, which will also see the Crimson Storm from Southern Nazarene. We'll see them take on Ouachita Baptist later tonight. Southern Nazarene with the number 1 seed has the luxury of being the home team should they play in all 3 games. It will be so. Looks like we're ready to get this one underway from the Fire Lake Arena. Tip is up and we are underway, and the Crimson Storm will control it, moving left to right. Inside the left wing, you find Cassandra Watt, who turns it over and immediately commits that frustration foul.
Southern Nazarene's number 1, Cassandra Watt.
Southern Nazarene comes into the tournament. This is their 6th season to be a part of the Great American Conference Tournament. Have played 8 games prior to this one. This is the 9th game in GAC tournament play. 4-4 all time in the tournament.
And another quick turnover as Braden Hill throws it away, well out of reach of Michaela Lindsay.
Now, you mentioned those bright gold uniforms, too, by the way, of Southern Arkansas here tonight. Really stand out in this court at Fire Lake Arena. And for Southern Arkansas, also the 6th year to be in the tournament. 1-5, the record all time.
Nice pass underneath, wide open is Hannah Giddy, and she'll lay it up and in. Nice pass from Monahan. And the Crimson Storm strike first. Just over 30 seconds in. Southern Nazarene in a pretty solid man-to-man. Driving is Diamond Morris, and she'll put it up and in.
Diamond Morris.
Morris, the leading scorer for the Lady Mule Riders. 12.1 points per game. Back the other way comes Lauren Reether, and she loses it out of bounds.
Wanted to look at these seedings as we open this tonight. The number 1 seed over the number 8 seed 9 out of 10 times in GAC tournament history. Of course, this is the 12th tournament for the GAC. That 2021 tournament was a little bit different following the COVID year. The only time a number 8 seed has defeated a number 1 seed, you have to go back to the very first Great American Conference tournament. Southeastern over Arkansas Tech, 84-72. Goes back to 2012.
It was fresh after Arkansas Tech had won a couple of Gulf South Conference championships. There's Reether who gets inside. Nice spin move and puts it up and in. So far, the Crimson Storm like to play with the pace. Here's Jessica Jones for Southern Arkansas. Works her way all the way into the paint. Turns over that right shoulder. The shot is no good, and Awatt the rebound. Awatt the leading rebounder for Southern Nazarene. Just under 9 boards per game. Here's Giddy at the right elbow. She leads the team in assists. Dumps it inside. Monahan steps through, lays it up and in through some contact. Excuse me, Georgia Adams. One of 2 Australians in the starting lineup for the Crimson Storm. And here comes your first line change.
Why do they even stop the clock at that point? I mean, if you're going to send them out there like hockey players, just let them go on out into play.
Well, and if there's a too many men penalty, that's just 2 minutes of 5-on-4. Big hockey guy, Joe, if you didn't know that.
I'm starting to get that feeling.
And nice tip out of bounds and bounce just past our area. Nice hands by Luke McConnell, the voice of the Crimson Storm.
Now he's got back-to-back games of duty here.
He does. That kind of works out a little better for him, as does Dan Gregory from Southern Arkansas. He won't have to wait as long, will Luke, between his games as Dan has. 6-2 early here for the Crimson Storm, driving inside, a little hammer pass in the corner, finds Kylie Minter, and she has it tipped out of bounds by Monahan. A completely new 5 for the Mule Riders. They have to play deep just considering their style of play. We'll see what Southern Nazarene's rotation looks like and if it thins down or anything. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Marley Bright has it tipped. It's out to midcourt, and it's a backcourt violation. It was going to be a shot clock violation anyway.
Well, I agree with you. I thought it was tipped, so that's interesting. Official thought otherwise, maybe just a bad pass, but you're right, though, one way or the other, the shot clock was coming down. It was going to be a turnover.
Aywat with it, goes off the dribble hard, draws contact. Only question there is if we have her going up or not. They will say it's a shooting foul. She was gathered. And again, as we mentioned earlier today, if that defender runs alongside you, it's not a legal guarding position, and any contact is at your fault. Aywat to the line, sinks the first. A relatively quick start here for the Crimson Storm, the #1 seed, trying to come out and act like it. Violation incoming, and Aywat will have one more shot.
Little antsy on that line.
Adam Collins pleading his case. Thought they were jostling both ways. Well, his girl was the only one who stepped into the lane, and Aywat makes them pay for that. The run continues here early. Marley Bright has a pass tipped. Aywat takes it away. Monahan was wide open. She was the one who tipped the pass. Now back out will come Georgia Adams, and the Crimson Storm will reset. Giddy loves to work out of that high post area. She'll go to work in the lane, turns, baby hook with a right hand this time is no good. Minter wants to push it back the other way. Try me driving in, looks for the handoff, and she traveled. Sure did, had that ball held against her shoulder. Starting 5 back into the game for Southern Arkansas.
You know, it's just something that you don't see all the time, especially at this level. But if it works, and if it's what you can do, then and you have the depth to do it. And there are some teams in the GAC that have, turned up the speed historically, and you expect to see fast play from those teams. Coach Kelsey Music's squad for Southwestern on the offensive end. Coach Darren Grover from Southeastern and his teams, he'd always have 12 or 13 players. I mean, when he has the depth, it's been an injury-plagued season for him this year, but for what Coach Collins has done in bringing all those players in, and there's a whole third unit to be able to come in too if he needs that.
You saw Giddy with the basket for Southern Nazarene, taken to the basket, and a foul drawn. Braden Hill immediately turns to the officiating crew and asks where the foul is. She got it. They'll get Reether for that one, her first. The second team foul.
You saw their 8-0 run by Southern Nazarene to get things going, and I appreciate the way you said that. #1 seed trying to look like that in the early going, and throughout the league, both of these tournaments, women's and men, it's going to be tough to be a 2-bid league this year on either bracket, and so I believe all these teams are playing with the urgency to say, hey, listen, we need to get that automatic berth into the NCAA.
The Southern Nazarene team 24-4, and they're on the outside looking in. If they do not get the bid, they've got to make a good showing if they were to lose the final, and that will not be a good look as Jessica Jones takes it away. Nice pass across the lane. Morris blows the layup. Reether touched it last.
I was going to say, Monahan disrupted that. It was a little bit more than just on her. It was Monahan, too.
Inbound will come now to Michaela Lindsay. We'll swing it all the way around. Here's Hill. Throws that hammer pass. Brooklyn Brown will take it to the basket and lay it in.
Brooklyn Brown.
And that ends the 8-0 run, and there is a foul on the inbound. And you know, I've talked to a couple of coaches in this league about how Southern Arkansas plays, and they don't say that it's difficult to play against only because it's so different. It's diametrically opposed to any other team. You have 11 other teams in this league, and they all play defense a different way than Southern Arkansas. So you have to go out of your way to plan to play this Mule Rider team. That tip is knocked out. And
analogous almost to playing Harding in football in the Great American Conference.
Exactly like that. I love that analogy.
Just you almost hope you play Harding in week 1 or week 2, so you have the whole summer to prepare for it.
Lobbed in. Here's Awatt from the block, goes up and is fouled.
And just to wrap up that point, I don't think you ever hope to play Harding.
No. I have been a victim many times of having to play Harding. Although, in my regular day job as the voice of the Henderson State Reds, we actually did win at Harding this year in football. Awatt goes to the free throw line, the junior from Lubbock, Texas. Stuff. Bit of a trip out there to West Texas as she makes the first. We'll have one more up and in, nothing but net. Crimson Storm answer right back and increase that lead back to 7. It's 12-5. Enter has trouble with it, picks it up well away from the basket, has to bounce it way out to Trimey. High post entry, CC Reese with it, driving back, has lost on the pass, a little lost it in the air, did Bright. And another turnover for the Mule Riders. Their 5th already of the day. Horn set, great take to the basket by Monahan. She just found a lane and got downhill.
It was a good move, not a lot of help on defense that time from Southern Arkansas.
A little contact there, but the shot up and no good by Kylie Warren anyway. There's a little bit of chaos for you, Joey, as Crimson Storm somehow control that ball. And they'll get it into Giddey in the post one-on-one with a huge matchup. Can't get past the second defender, though, and misses the shot. Not a lot of dead ball stoppages, and that's a foul. That's a tripping foul. And that will slow this one down as we will step aside at the 4:12 mark of the first quarter. Southern Nazarene with a 14-5 lead. Back with more championship basketball after this on the GAC Sports Network.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? No. Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody. 1, 2, 3. Hey, you better be open. You better be open.
Man, listen, man, listen. It's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's go. That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come out here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street, you feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all, we outwork anybody.
We
always grinding, always getting better.
Every time I come through these lines, no matter where these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Let's go.
It's been all Southern Nazarene here in the early going. They forced 5 Southern Arkansas turnovers. They're shooting 5 of 8 from the field and already have gotten to the line 4 times and have been able to increase that lead to 9, which is their largest of the game. Just Southern Arkansas's basketball out of the timeout. Their second 5 remains on the floor. They're going with a 5-out set here with not much post presence and trying to get some open 3-pointers like that one from Addie Trimey.
Addie Trimey, 3-point.
Well, that's how you come out of a timeout.
One way to do it and try to keep yourselves in this game. Southern Arkansas has to keep it close here early. What a take by Monahan. Just can't get the roll at the basket. Sprinting ahead, and something of note, Southern Nazarene only has one player that's come in off the bench. They've only played 6 as opposed to Southern Arkansas's 10. And a cheap foul there picked up by Monahan.
Number 12.
It's a different post look for Southern Nazarene this year. They have a couple players over 6 foot. Of course, the play of Hannah Giddy at 6'2". By the way, the Great American Conference Defensive Player of the Year as well. Congratulations to her for that honor. But it's not quite the same big look on the inside, and yet it is still very, very strong. And so you're right. Southern Arkansas would do well to get some of those long-range shots to fall.
There's another one from Jessica Jones this time. No good, but Brooklyn Brown there on the rebound. They'll still go 5 out. Mule Riders not with a lot of size. They want to win the game with their speed, and another offensive rebound in spite of their size disadvantage.
Nice drive inside. Diamond Morris able to get Getty up.
That's on Hannah Giddy. That is her first, number 5 on the team.
Giddy's first. All 5 Crimson Storm players on the floor with 1 foul. And we are already in the penalty. Diamond Morris at the line. She leads Southern Arkansas in points per game and in rebounds per game, just under 5. Reether returns. She'll take Monahan's place.
Replacing Emily Monahan.
Now looks like a diamond press for Southern Arkansas. They changed it up quite a bit, and they forced the turnover there. Here comes Hill the other way, one-on-one, lays it up and in.
And that was all Hill. She read the play in advance, stepped into the passing lane, and was able to take that in full stride to the other end of the court.
A lot of gambling by this Mule Rider defense, and if you lose, you give up open shots like that one right there. Giddy with the offensive rebound will go to work, and an offensive one, that's her second.
Offensive foul call against number 5, Hannah Giddy.
She'll have to come out of the game.
Second, replacing Hannah Giddy is
Lexi Ream will check in for the first time today.
15 foul.
And you know, the Mule Riders have quietly stepped back into this after the big lead from Southern Nazarene to start this contest. And there you see a 7-0 run last minute and a half.
There's a back door. There's Brown, lays it up, nothing there, and the rebound. Trent May wanting a match play, an offensive foul there, but it did not change the outcome of the game. Ream driving and throws it away, heads up. Starting to force some turnovers. That's the 5th one for Southern Nazarene now.
Monahan returns, replacing.
And Monahan will have to come right back into the game. They'll take the place of Peyton Jones. It's still a Crimson Storm lead, 14-12. Hill wants to change. That gets downhill to the basket. Nothing there. Rebound out of bounds. And it'll go to the Crimson Storm.
Well, it says 5 fouls on the board for Southern Nazarene, although there are 6. It doesn't matter because it's just hitting that 5 mark. But Southern Nazarene has a few players here in this first quarter that are creeping up on foul trouble, and that's something that Southern Arkansas is very unlikely to deal with all these players taking the court.
And they'll get another offensive foul there. Georgia Adams with a hit to the head. That creates some trouble. So Trent May gonna have to dig deeper into his bench here in the first quarter as he'll bring Nefer Leon into the game, the senior from Spain. Just an awkward play there.
That's the second foul.
Bad luck for the Crimson Storm. And now Southern Arkansas has a chance to tie or take the lead. Out Morris. Flare screen in the corner, and it's illegal. Jones was never set on that little flare screen.
Easy look.
Also number 13.
She was still moving.
Jones.
Kind of leaned in a little bit as well.
It's so hard on a screen like that, especially when you're trying to roll to the basket off of it. So many players nowadays see what they see in the NBA, where players never get all the way stopped. Kind of like the first time I got pulled over. I rolled through a stop. I stopped, but I wasn't all the way stopped. Monahan with 6 on the shot clock. Takes it to the basket, little floater off balance with the offhand and scores.
Nice control there with the body to make that one fall.
And some heavy pressure defense. Driving in now, Jones gets to the block. Has to find a pass and kicked out in the corner. Wide open 3 for Minter is too strong, and Awad the rebound inside of a minute.
But that's exactly the look they want. Time in and time out. They're driving. They'll kick it back out if they don't get the open look. Fire that 3, and they're within striking distance of the Storm.
Another shooting foul. We'll find Awad on the free throw line. Foul to Brooklyn Brown. Her first. And now you see a little bit different. You see 5 new players into the game, but you see Lindsay playing with the second unit where she had been with that starting 5. Southern Nazarene's turned the ball over 4 times in the last 4 minutes. Already 6 turnovers aside. And the first missed free throw of the game for the Crimson Storm. Awad misses the first of 2. He's actually the only player in a white jersey that shot a free throw so far tonight. Misses the second one as well, and the Mule Riders bring it in. Got a 15-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A deep 3 there for Tryman. He puts it in.
She's 2 for 2 from outside the arc.
They'll go ahead and stop play there just so they could get the ball back. That does give Southern Arkansas a little bit of an advantage, a chance to set up their pressure. Leon and now Monahan. Skip pass going downhill. Breather has to throw it way back. Monahan will grab it. It's about a second difference. It'll be 2 horns. Won't need to stop play. Monahan tries to split the defenders and does. Reaver and now Leon. Drives, kicks it out. Monahan wide open. Corner 3 short. I mean, off the back of the rim, and there's a foul that will stay with Southern Nazarene. They'll have a hold. And we'll put Awad back on the free throw line, and Adam Collins talks to Lauren Thomas and says, what on earth does my girl have to do there?
Well, from this vantage, it looked like there was a hole there. I think he has to be more frustrated with the activity than the call on that one. And, you know, with that little time left to go in the quarter, that makes it even that much more frustrating. You had a defensive stop.
Awad. That second one to go. Toss to the horn is well offline, and we've reached the end of a quarter. Southern Nazarene, the #1 seed, looking like it early. Let Southern Arkansas back in, but the Crimson Storm lead at 18-15 after 1.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. We help make this video.
Southern Arkansas basketball, or so we thought. A steal for Leon, the Crimson Storm, but couldn't control it. It goes out of bounds. A more high-scoring affair than our first women's contest of the day. Doubled and then some. Back and forth affair, very tepidly paced.
Can't say that about this one.
You cannot. Traveled.
Yeah.
He drug that pivot foot.
Traveling, Crimson Storm ball.
Now Southern Nazarene seems to be a little more intense as they start out leading by as many as 9. Mule Riders have fought their way into it. They wanted to travel on Monahan. Across the way to Leon, and now Awat with it in the corner. She's got 6 points for Southern Nazarene, and she stays closely guarded for 5 seconds, and another turnover for Southern Nazarene.
And you just don't think about it at that point in the court, but the defense was up there. A fantastic call, the right call to make, and Awat has to go, yeah, that was on me.
Just a frustrating turnover in a game full of frustrating turnovers, at least in the last 5 or 6 minutes of game play. Driving all the way is CC Reese, and she will be fouled.
And each team, by the way, with 7 turnovers. Each team with 6 at the end of the first quarter. They each had 1 here to start this second period.
CC Reese at the line for...
They'll charge Ream with that foul. And CC Reese, 5'11" freshman from Memphis, will head to the line. She has Morris waiting at the table as a sub should she make this second of 2. Could not get the first one to go. Can't get the second one either. And Leon the rebound. They'll let her try to bring it up against 2 defenders. Watt backs it out, right back to Leon. Double teamed everywhere in those trappable areas, and Leon dribbles it off her own foot, and she traveled. She sure did roll over, did Jones. She landed on her back, ended up on her stomach.
And that actually bailed Leon out too, because she was diving in, likely would have committed the foul. Looked like she just dove right on top of Jones.
They had to reset the shot clock to 30 instead of 20. That's that rule. The reset to 20 is in the men's game. They're either having some trouble with the inbound. Finally comes up with it does Jones. Monahan wants to fight downhill with it, has it tipped. Loose, gets it back, loses it again, and ties it up. The Crimson Storm will keep it.
That's twice Southern Arkansas has gone to the court to get the ball there, and twice it's going to wind up being in Southern Nazarene's possession on an inbound.
Almost like you're being punished for hustle plays. Ream wants to go to work in that mid-post range, instead gets it back out. Driving across the lane, Jones fouled before the shot. We're going to talk about whether it scores or not. They are going to score the basket. We'll see here. Now she was in the gather when the contact occurred. I'd count that basket as well.
Shooting 1 for the Crimson.
She'll go to free throw line. Jones, the junior from Alva, Oklahoma. Spurned her hometown Northwestern Oklahoma State.
I was going to say, that's one of those that has to frustrate fans from teams throughout the league when they hear the hometown and it's from the place that they didn't go to your college. They went somewhere else.
Big rejection there by Brown, and it's taken away. Back the other way. Wide open in the corner. Quick 3 for Minter, puts it in. They'll call it a 2.
Minter for 3.
Well, they've been dishing that out to her a couple of times today. Gets that one to fall. She's been open.
Awatt throws it to get out of that trappable area and somehow holds on to it. Breather down in the corner, throws that skip pass against the zone. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Still with 12 on the shot clock.
Georgia Adams returns.
Georgia Adams will return. One of 4 Australians on this Southern Nazarene roster.
I was going to say a little bit earlier, there seems to always be an international flavor to Southern Nazarene's team. Of course, Leon also from Spain too, so a 5th international player.
Awatt with it with 4 on the shot clock. Going to have to get something up quickly. She's going to turn and fire off the backboard, and a shot clock violation.
Another stop for Southern Arkansas. I tell you what, like if you didn't have the score bug at the bottom and knew that Southern Nazarene was up by the 2, but the pace of the way they've been playing this game, would you think Southern Nazarene was up more?
As much as they've turned the ball, as both teams have turned the ball over, you would think so. And they did lead this by as many as 9, as Hill takes it to the basket but can't get it in.
I think it's a credit to the way Southern Arkansas has played that they have been within this, even with the turnovers, some of the missed shots, not getting the benefit of the possession arrow going your way on a tie ball, an unfortunate traveling violation, rolling over, things like that.
Adams steps through, nice post move. She scores on Morris.
Number 6 scorer in the league this year. 2 of the top 13 scorers in the Great American Conference on this Southern Nazarene team. Cassandra Awatt in that number 13 spot. They've been putting points on the board.
And the Crimson Storm turn it right back over. Well, for a team that turned it over only 1 time in the first 5+ minutes of the game, Southern Nazarene's turned it over now 10 total times. There's another travel and another turnover. Trimey will get charged with that violation.
Okay, there are stats that both these coaches are not going to want to look at the intermission.
And it's going to be turnovers for both teams. Already both teams in double-digit turnovers, and we're not even to the halfway point of the second quarter. There's a deep 3 from Warren, high off the glass, puts it in.
5 times off the rim before it finally went in.
Things seem to be going right for Southern Arkansas, who's got it back down to 1, and Monahan will throw it off the leg of Morris.
Well, consider this. Both teams have equaled their rebounds with their number of turnovers.
Ooh.
Southern Arkansas, 10 boards, 10 turnovers. Southern Nazarene, 11 boards, 11 turnovers.
Not a stat that's going to make either head coach happy as they go into the break. I feel like Southern Arkansas is a little more used to that just because of the style of play. But Southern Nazarene is usually a very disciplined ball club. They don't traditionally turn the ball over that much, although they are in the lower half of the league in turnover margin. Monahan with 8 on the shot clock. Finds Leon. Got to do something with it. Skip pass. Reether tries that 3 and puts it in.
Oh, wow.
It's one of those, don't worry about the first 25 seconds, worry about the last 5. That's away and now back out. Bright wants to spin. Pass ends up out in the corner with Minter. She'll leave her feet and throw the pass right back to Bright. Spinning in the lane with 8 on the shot clock. Out, Minter stops, turns from the elbow. The iron not so kind that time, and Reese was out of bounds.
Southern Nazarene ball.
Now this is interesting. Hannah Giddy checks back into the game
with 2 fouls. Gonna have to be very careful. Both these teams have some foul trouble to contend with as we go throughout this game. Monahan throws it across, ends up in the hands of Adams down in that corner. Leon will come back and get it with 13 on the shot clock. To reverse it, finds Giddy at that high post. She's so good at finding someone through there, and then finds Adams, who draws the foul.
Adams drew it. Warren really was hoping for the tie ball call there.
And she'll shoot 2 free throws when we come back. 4:48 left to go in the half. It's a turnover fest here in Shawnee early. Southern Nazarene holds on to the 4-point lead here on the GAC Sports Network.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
Looks like they will hang before we get back into play. Officials still looking at the monitor. The point of contention was a field goal by Southern Arkansas several minutes ago. It was down in the left corner. They ruled it a 2. I think they are going to change it to a 3. They will go ahead and change it to a 3 on the review, so that'll add a point for the Mule Riders. They may have had it as a 3 earlier. I noticed that the announcer recognized it as a 3, but the official here on the near side, who's now at the table, signaled 2. So this may not be all the way over yet. I think that's what happened. I think they marked it as a 3 on the board. Either way, we'll put the ball back in play with Georgia Adams on the free throw line. Adams with her 5th point there, and the 6th as she makes both shots from the line. Does that lead back up to 6? It was as many as 9. Another high pass by Lindsay. There's a cutting right to the basket, and she'll lay it in.
You know, that's one of the most basic plays that you're taught, or probably should be taught at an early age, that pass and go through. And that was run to perfection by Southern Arkansas.
They love to take advantage of the defenders overplaying or ball watching, and kind of get you caught in both of those moments. Shot clock inside of 10 again. Adams at the high post this time. Burns almost loses it. Monahan's going to have to get one off. She'll heave it at the shot clock horn. Almost banked it in. But the rebound brought down by Reese. Pushed the other way. Here comes Bright through the lane, in amongst the trees, and she'll lay it in. Bright listed at 5'4".
But they can do that. Fresh legs. Here comes the chaos.
3-on-2. Corner 3 for Lindsay. Puts it in.
Oh, wow. 7-0 run.
And just like that, Southern Arkansas on top. They still are pursuing as much as they can. Reether steps through, loses it, and it's taken away by Southern Arkansas. Back the other way they go. Underneath is Brown, bobbles it, gets it back up, misses the shot, misses the putback as well. The Crimson Storm secure the rebound.
You know, at first thought, you look at that and go, okay, kick it back out, slow it down a little bit. Slowing it down is not how they got to this point. It's been the quick pace.
Almost 3 minutes since Southern Nazarene has made a field goal. It'll continue, but Monahan will head to the free throw line.
That's on Marley Bragg, that's her first. Number 3 on the team.
And Monahan will head to the free throw line for the first time today.
Shooting 2, Emily Monahan.
Southern Naz 8 of 11 from the stripe. Southern Arkansas, by comparison, is 3 of 6.
You know, for as many times as the Mule Riders have made trips inside and forced the issue into the lane, it just really seems surprising they've been to the free throw line that many fewer times.
Monahan makes 1 of 2 and ties the ball game at 28 inside of 3 minutes to play in the half. Primey guarded by Awatt out of the man-to-man. There's nowhere to go until Morris comes back. It's one-on-one matchup with Adams. She falls to the ground, loses the basketball, and the Crimson Storm take it away. Here's Awatt behind the defense. Great body control to lay it up and in.
Well, that's exactly right. Body control. She had so much momentum going down the court, got ahead of the pack so well, and a great shot.
Morris with it at the elbow. Sees nothing, backs it out. Timeout, Southern Arkansas. At the 2:08 mark. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Winner of this one will get the winner of tomorrow's 4-5 game featuring Arkansas Tech and Oklahoma Baptist. Harding has already punched their ticket to semifinal Saturday. They will play the winner of Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist. That will be played tomorrow afternoon as well. The winner of this game, obviously, as we've talked about a couple times already today, gets the benefit of playing 3 games in 4 days as opposed to the winners tomorrow, who, if they want to win a championship, will have to play 3 in 3.
Exactly. By the way, Southern Arkansas's men's team also winning this afternoon, picking up the win as the number 2 seed. Harding, the number 2 seed, won a little bit earlier. You have to go back to 2018, the last time both number 2 seeds advanced to the semifinals. Not a given just to be given that 2 spot.
Especially considering how they earned 2 seeds through a long slog of a season. The double round robin, played 22 conference games. Hill with it, needs to make a decision. Morris from the wing this time, isolated, throws the hammer pass. Hill got to get it up at the horn. It's a shot clock violation. Adam Collins saying it hit the rim. It never did. I don't think it was particularly close.
No, it wasn't.
Still the zone pressure. Crimson Storm doing a better job here in the last 3 to 4 minutes of breaking it, and they find Giddy with a prime matchup on the 5-7 break. Inside of a minute to play in the first half, 40 seconds. Southern Nazarene with the ball in a 34-28 lead. Wide open on the flex cut is Adams, and she'll lay it in. There's a lot of beautiful things in. ball. 20 seconds, and Awat picks up her second. 20 seconds left. The shot clock will be turned off. Mule Riders want to bring a couple of new players in. Awat goes to the bench with those 2 fouls. Wide open in the short corner. Try me. The 12-footer is good.
That was huge. Absolutely huge. That's maybe the biggest shot of the second quarter, Southern Arkansas, unless something goes in here.
Broke a 9-0 run. Morris takes it to the basket, and they run off a quick 4.
It did.
Or they're back the other way. Giddy finds Leone in the corner. She'll fire one well short at the buzzer. And the end of the first half of play, we've got another good one in Shawnee. The number 1 seed Southern Nazarene, 36. Number 8 seed Southern Arkansas with 32. We'll be back after this with stats, scores, and more. This is championship basketball on the GAC Sports Network.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Looking back, I think I was a little nervous starting college. But from the moment I arrived at OBU, it felt like home. I found new friends, we laughed together, studied together, and learned what it means to be a Bison. Amy. I got to know my professors and found out that they really care about me. I found my place at OBU.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, till they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be 2?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny.
Come on down a little, brother.
What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
A place that nurtures, encourages, and strengthens you. Most people call that home. We call it Harding University. Here, you will be challenged to grow spiritually, intellectually, and academically in an environment that inspires you to find your meaning and purpose. Our campus life fosters a community of people who will become lifelong friends. Come see for yourself what Harding is about. Pursue your meaning and purpose here with us at Harding University.
Welcome back in the Fire Lake Arena in Shawnee, where Southern Nazarene has the 4-point lead over Southern Arkansas in a game that has started out pretty hot for Southern Nazarene, but we've also had 2 ties and 2 lead changes as the Mule Riders were able to get their way back into this game. And Joey McWilliams, there's several stats that kind of just jump off the page for me, but Southern Arkansas shooting the ball 7 of 15 from the field in the second quarter as we take a look at some things in the first half. It started out really hot for Southern Nazarene, but the Mule Riders find their way and they create a lot of turnovers with that chaotic style that they play. Southern Nazarene able to get some points back on the board late, but Southern Arkansas with a couple of turnovers.
Testament to the way both teams have played defense. I think it's really big for the way that Southern Arkansas has played defense. They have brought the chaos tonight. We've seen 20 minutes of it so far. We're going to see 20 more of that. I think there's no doubt they can keep up the pace because they have the manpower to do it and the way Coach Collins has brought this team in. So expect this to go all the way through to the end. Now, the key then for Southern Nazarene is, can they make the shots when they need to be able to keep a Southern Arkansas team at bay? Yeah, the chaos is going to be there, but you can beat some of this pressure down the court. Southern Nazarene has the wheels to be able to get the ball up and down the court. They're not going to be panicked or intimidated by the speed of the Mule Riders on defense, but they need to get the shots to fall as well. I don't believe they're going to get rattled. They're 21-1 in GAC play this year, 23-1 in their last 24 games. They've been in situations where it's been tough. They just have to continue getting that, and they need to make the shots too. They need to make the shots that count. For Southern Arkansas, they're getting opportunities. Just keep doing what you're doing at that point in time. Obviously, there are little tweaks that they have to do along the way, but they're driving into the basket, they're taking advantage of those opportunities, and they're kicking it out. And at that point in time, from the three-point line, 5 of 10. Shoot 50% from behind the arc. That's a recipe for success in just about any game.
Southern Arkansas knows they have to keep it close to stay in this game, as if they can, their style, if they get behind early, stuff gets out of hand, everything gets more chaotic, and they are usually the team that gets into foul trouble, whereas Southern Nazarene is the one that has multiple players that ended up having to sit on the bench. They've got 3 with 2 fouls already.
Yeah, each team with 9 fouls right now, but it's spread out, more evenly distributed among the players on the court for Southern Arkansas. You get those players, again, 3 of your starters there with 2 fouls apiece. That's a little bit to look past. You can't look past that.
Indeed, you cannot. Again, we'll see what both teams do in terms of halftime adjustments. We'll come back after this and see if we can get you a third quarter of action here on the GAC Sports Network.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, until they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be 2?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
A place that nurtures, encourages, and strengthens you. Most people call that home. We call it Harding University. Here, you will be challenged to grow spiritually, intellectually, and academically in an environment that inspires you to find your meaning and purpose. Our campus life fosters a community of people who will become lifelong friends. Come see for yourself what Harding is about. Pursue your meaning and purpose here with us at Harding University.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in business? Henderson State University offers bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration and certificates in analytics, marketing and communications, and nonprofit management. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in technology? Henderson State University offers degrees in aviation, computer science, and engineering. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
It's your moment. It's your moment.
It's your moment.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what is character, culture, and Christ? Creating culture. Certainly when we graduate students, they go out and they create culture in classrooms. They create culture in churches. They create culture anywhere they go.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in careers that help your community? Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back here from Fire Lake Arena, Southern Nazarene clinging to a 36-32 halftime lead. And the best way, I think, Joey, as I've thought about it over the break, is that they survived the first half. They thrived in the first 4 to 5 minutes of gameplay, but the rest of it, they just survived.
Well, that's what you do in March, right?
That's exactly
right. Survive and advance, isn't that the motto?
That is indeed the motto. And I know the Crimson Storm have at least plans on how to improve and kind of get themselves into a better situation coming down the stretch.
Quick look really at the statistics first half individually, and we get to bring those to you right now. Addie Trimey, 8 points to lead the way for Southern Arkansas, and 6 points for Diamond Morris, 4 points for Marley Bryant for Southern Nazarene. A game high 10 points for Cassandra Awat, 8 points for Georgia Adams, and Hannah Giddy in limited time with 6 points and 4 boards.
1 of 3. Giddy, Adams, and Awad all with 2 fouls for Southern Nazarene. Jones and Warren each with 2 for Southern Arkansas. In a foul count that was 9-9 in the first half. Be Southern Arkansas basketball as we begin quarter number 3.
Mule Riders ball.
Southern Naz will bring forth a little pressure as Reether at least tries to have her say on the defensive side. Let's get past a wide open Jones in the corner for 3, puts it in.
That's just how you draw it up coming into the second half.
A wide open corner 3. Statistically, your best option from long range. When we see Southern Arkansas in the half-court set, we see them in a 3-2. Trying to limit perimeter shooting. With the soft spot there, you found Giddy, and then you found Adams, who's fouled. And there's a soft spot on that 3-2 defense. If you can get it inside, you're going to have an opportunity to score the ball.
Fouls on Brooklyn Brown, her second, team's first of the third quarter.
It's so easy. The Crimson Storm make it look to go high-low.
Georgia Adams at the line.
Out of that high post set, when you've got a passer as good as Giddy is, and you've got Adams working underneath, or Awat working underneath, or whomever, they can get the ball. They get it in prime positions to score the basketball. Good on the second as well. Adams.
Very nearly a backcourt there.
It was dangerously close. I'll do something with it, and Jones lobs it out to Hill, who could be isolated, and said she'll go across the ball screen. The pass in the corner. Another 3 for Jones. This time puts it in.
That one brought down a little rain with it as well.
In the opposite corner this time. The ball gets away. The ball game is tied at 38. Southern Arkansas has already erased that 4-point deficit. 2 3-pointers versus free throws will do that for you, and Morris steals that one away, and Reether steals it away from her.
And for Jones, this was her first 2 baskets of the ball game.
2 big ones. We're all square at 38. Great pass to Awat. Then she threw it away in change.
A little bit of Southern Arkansas help there, but Giddy couldn't hang on to it to follow.
Had a great opportunity to have a good look at the basket. Hill's pass tipped right into the hands of Monahan. 4-on-3, tries to throw it across, and that one was tipped.
This time it's going to stay down, though, with the Crimson Storm. Here comes your first line shift of the second half.
First line change. About a minute and 50-second shift. It's almost lengthy. They overplay Giddy, and she takes to the basket high off the glass, too high off the glass, and out of bounds to Southern Arkansas. 2 minutes into the third, we're all tied up at 38. Another good basketball game here in Shawnee today. Late backdoor pass. Bright comes away with it anyway. Reese finds the backdoor, cutting. Minter goes all the way and lays it in. Southern Arkansas has a lead.
Keep going back to the well with those cutters coming through like that over and again, and if it doesn't work, you've got the drive, kick back in, and the way that Southern Arkansas continues to cut with the ball and move away from the ball, and that is as big as anything. The movement away from the ball there, they just keep going through.
Another turnover, and we got a foul going the other way. You saw Southern Nazarene able to perfectly execute against that pressure and find Giddy a wide open layup. And Southern Arkansas, you see there, outscoring the Southern Nazarene bench 20-2. Half of their points have come from the bench unit.
You know, you expect it in a game like that, but still when you see those numbers, it just makes it even that much more real.
Basketball is a numbers game, and that's another turnover for Southern Nazarene. They're 17th of the game. They can get all the way to the basket as Bright lays it up too strong. Reese had the rebound, and Awatt rips it out of her hands. She tries to throw the hammer pass, and it's tipped out of bounds.
And I could be wrong. I don't know that if these might be next generation stats here to talk about, but I think Bright and Minter may have been driving to the basket more as part of that second unit than what we saw from the first unit.
Be more aggressive, and there's a foul on the inbound as Minter had a hold of Reether. And it'll be
number 3 on the team.
Well, inbounded the same. Already 3 Southern Arkansas team fouls in the quarter. Monahan will come get the inbound this time, and they let Giddy operate from the elbow. Looking, finds a cutting Monahan, pump fake, step through to the same side, and she'll pick up a foul. Her second.
Also, Emily Monahan, her second. Team's first of the third quarter.
And another 5. Check in for the Mule Riders. You would think, Joey, in a game where Southern Nazarene is shooting 56% from the floor, that they would be dominating, but they've compounded errors with 17 turnovers.
And you know, Southern Arkansas is shooting a respectable 45.5% from the floor. In another game, you might think that's pretty good. Doesn't stand up to 56, but still.
Morris caught Giddy leaning and takes it all the way to the basket and lays it up with the left hand. Passing across, Reether will break it in. Be trapped. Good job stepping through the double team. And get it back, and now we'll be able to settle the offense down just a little bit. This is A1 now down in the corner. Great pass underneath Adams, wide open. The double team in the corner came back to bite the Mule Riders there. Morris wants to go off the dribble baseline. Look at that excellent ball movement, and Morris had it deflected, and Adams the rebound. Say the Crimson Storm dominating the points in the paint. 26 of their 42 have come in the painted area, and Awatt's going to pick up an offensive foul.
Wow.
Offensive foul called against number 1. Cassandra Awatt.
You know, we are not that far removed from the 2020 tournament. Of course, the last basketball that was played in 2020 before everything was shut down. We just don't want to talk about that right now. But you go back to that year, Southern Arkansas, number 8 seed, took top-seeded Southeastern Oklahoma to the wire. The Savage Storm wound up winning that by 9, 84-75. But it was a game not unlike this, and it was the chaos brought by the Mule Riders up and down that court in Bartlesville. That's what I take away from that game. I mean, it was a huge, huge effort from Southern Arkansas.
Great touch pass, Monahan to Giddy. Reether started it, but you go diagonally down the floor. It works out pretty well. Brown wants a three, too strong after she made the layup previous. Ball gets tied up, and the Crimson Storm will take it. And we'll step aside the 4:51 mark of quarter number 3, all tied up at 44. Number 1, Southern Nazarene. Number 8, Southern Arkansas, all knotted up in this quarterfinal here from Shawnee.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, until they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be two?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
We find ourselves all knotted up at 44. Southern Nazarene basketball. You see Southern Arkansas not yielding on those double teams. Those diagonal passes for Southern Nazarene into the front court. Cutting Reether, nice bounce pass underneath, laying it up and in is Peyton Jones. Go downhill, nice behind the back pass. Jones getting it inside to Morris, who doesn't put quite enough on the scoop layup. Giddy the rebound. Gonna have to take off dribbling now. Gotta hurry, got 2 seconds to get it across the line and does just in the nick of time. And there's Monahan on the weak side. Pump fakes and then finally goes up and scores.
She had to lean her body back to find the backboard there to kiss it off the glass.
Almost got herself into a bad spot. Lindsay drives it in, nothing there. There's Trimey in the right corner, three, too strong. Monahan the only one anywhere close to it for the rebound. Takes it all the way to the basket, and she'll be fouled and shoot two.
Fouls on Michaela Lindsay, that's her first.
First charge foul to Michaela Lindsay. 4 fouls on Southern Arkansas this quarter. Got the arm on the way up. Pretty simple there. As it will put Emily Monahan on the line. 7 points in 25 minutes. A little bit limited in the first half and a little bit of foul trouble. She puts the first in.
I feel like you say that about pretty much everyone in a white uniform right now. Just limited and some foul trouble.
I mean, you dig a little deeper into their bench than they traditionally are, as Awat will check back into the game. Monahan 2 of 2 there at the line, and she'll get a break. And just like that, it's a part of a 7-0 Southern Nazarene run over the last 76 seconds of gameplay. Second unit out here for the Mule Riders, and Bright, an ill-advised pass is stolen by Reether.
Yeah, she put that where she thought someone was supposed to be, and they weren't there. Instead, a white jersey there as well.
Now Southern Nazarene trying to create some space. What a pass by Giddy. Put it right where she knew Adams was going to be. Timeout Southern Arkansas, and we'll take a timeout with them at the 3:17 mark. 10 in a row, 12-2 run for Southern Nazarene over the last 2:39. They lead it by 8.
A place that nurtures, encourages, and strengthens you. Most people call that home. We call it Harding University. Here, you will be challenged to grow spiritually, intellectually, and academically in an environment that inspires you to find your meaning and purpose. Our campus life fosters a community of people who will become lifelong friends. Come see for yourself what Harding is about. Pursue your meaning and purpose here with us at Harding University.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in business? Henderson State University offers bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration and certificates in analytics, marketing and communications, and nonprofit management. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Southern Nazarene on a 12-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes and starting to show why they're that #1 seed. As we take a look at that pass from Giddy, just put it right where only Adams could get it. An excellent look and an excellent shot by our camera crew. 52-44 Crimson Storm. That pass deflected off the rim right into the hands of Minter, who couldn't get it to fall. Giddy pulls down another rebound. Awatt leaves her feet to make the pass, and fortunately for her, there was a white jersey there to get it. Giddy, another great pass on a back cut, this time by Peyton Jones. And you can tell that she's the team leader in assists with a couple of these back-to-back possessions.
Oh, we talked about her being the defensive player of the year. What has she meant for this offense as well?
Now that she's not had to worry about fouls, it's been a lot easier. And now another Southern Arkansas turnover. Things starting to go the way of the Crimson Storm. Giddy third in the league in assists, averaging just shy of 4 a game. Trailing only Michaela Miller of Ouachita and Carly Gregg of Northwestern. Add to those totals. Back to a double-digit lead. This actually the largest lead for the Crimson Storm on the afternoon. Almost threw it away, trying to get that back cut. 8 on the shot clock for Reether, and now Jones driving the baseline, finds Giddy, puts it up and in.
Giddy was looking for it. She was asking for it. She sensed the shot clock winding down, and she can do more than just make the good pass. She can put the shot in, too.
Proving her value there. A 3 from Jones is off the mark, and Giddy another rebound. Pulls down number 7 on the night to go along with 12 points and 4 assists. Inside of 90 seconds to play in the third. Adams gets the handoff as the shot clock comes to single digits. Bounce pass, Giddy a little late on the return. She'll go to work on Jones in the lane. The baby hook won't fall, and Morris the rebound. Mule Riders wanting to push. Feeling like they've got to get a bucket here to get themselves back into this game. You almost can't trail by double figures going into a final quarter. Morris senses that. She takes to the basket, and Awatt gets the rebound. That's underneath. Lays it up, no. Rebound touched up and in by Reether.
Got the putback, went up, never came down.
And another turnover, and here comes Jones all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. Timeout Southern Arkansas. And Adam Collins is still upset about a no call and contact from 3 possessions ago.
And he couldn't afford to let the quarter come to an end. and give Southern Nazarene another opportunity. He had to stop that run then. Takes that time out because the Mule Riders just needed to stop this momentum. You talked about not going into the fourth quarter trailing by double digits. It's definitely going to be that at this point, but you can't let it be into the 20s.
An 18-0 run for Southern Nazarene over the last 4.5 minutes. Southern Arkansas has gone nearly 5 without scoring a single point, and several turnovers in that range. The difference here, Joey, is that Southern Nazarene is finally starting to capitalize off of some of those turnovers. 24 points off of 19 Mule Rider turnovers.
It's really to think about the fact that just 10 minutes ago of real time we were talking about how close Southern Arkansas had made this, and the way they were playing and how with what intensity they were playing and keeping it close, and all of a sudden it is a different ball game entirely.
Now it's not a matter of double digits, it's by how much will the Crimson Storm lead this one after 3 quarters. Already up to a 16-point lead as part of a 20-2 run over the last 5:24. Hill will bring it in, and there's a kicked ball coming right at us. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as time ticks away on quarter number 3. No dribbling, wants to get downhill. Reether does a great job stopping her there. There's Jones in the corner again, puts it in.
Well, that's how she started the quarter, but we didn't see much of that in between the start and the finish.
3 seconds and 2. Reether got to get it up at the horn, and Giddy cannot do so. And we've come to the end of 3 quarters of play. An 18-3 run for the number 1 seeded Crimson Storm opens up a 60-47 lead. Back with the final quarter after this on the GAC Sports Network.
It's your moment.
It's your moment.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you. Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Some other teams coming to scout their potential second-round opponent, as you see the Oklahoma Baptist Bison women's team. If they can get past Arkansas Tech tomorrow, they'll take on the winner of this one. It's all Crimson Storm, part of an 18-0 run across the final 4.5 minutes of the third quarter. They've opened up a 60-47 lead.
Jessica Jones, 3 for 4 in the quarter, 3 for 4 from behind the arc as well. She had 9 points, but on the other side of the ball, where Cassandra Awad had 10 points at the half, she didn't score in the third quarter. She didn't need to. Got by with a little help from her friends. Hannah Giddy with 6 points. Georgia Adams with 6 points. Peyton Jones with 6 points. All of those players stepping it up in the third quarter as a part of that big run.
Team basketball will win out so many times in situations like this when you're faced with some adversity, and we'll admit that the Crimson Storm had quite a bit of adversity. Awat, top of the key, 3, puts it in.
Her first points of the second half, we just mentioned.
And you look at Southern Nazarene dominating the points in the paint battle, 44-18 advantage. There's a foul on the rebound, and it is on Braden Hill. Southern Arkansas in danger of letting this one get way out of hand before all is said and done. done all they can and might just have run out of gas and ran into a very good Southern Nazarene team. Reether takes off dribbling, finds a lane to the basket, smooth left-hand layup. Almost got the steal on the inbound pass. Jones slings it back out to Hill. One-on-one with Awat. Great job by Awat bodying up there and forcing the missed shot. That's tremendous individual defense. Awat wants to get it back on the offensive side, steps through and misses a layup. The rebound brought down by Reese, who almost traveled.
Thought Awat almost traveled too. Found a way to split those defenders, but excellent use of the body.
Haven't seen a mass substitution for the Mule Riders yet in this quarter, almost 2 minutes in. As Brown drives, lays it up. There's a blocking foul on Reether. She set up and tried.
Fouls on Lauren Reether, that's her second.
We take a look here. Oh yeah, stepped right up into her.
Shooting one, Brooklyn Brown.
If she would have just stopped there at the lane line, she would have been plowed right over and it'd probably be going the other way. But instead it finds Brooklyn Brown on the free throw line. 4 points in 17 minutes for Brown. A little bit of everything for the freshman from Pearland, Texas. 4 points, a couple of rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks and a steal. She'll make 2 of 2 at the line there.
I was about to joke and say something along the lines that maybe Coach Collins doesn't know it's nearly been 2 minutes off the clock. But probably like to see what he can get from this group just a little bit more here in this fourth quarter.
He does a lot of times when it gets to crunch time, he starts to narrow it down just a little bit, his rotation. He's already played 11 players tonight compared to 8 for the Crimson Storm. Awat slings it out to Reether and out of control. It's out of bounds. It's the first time I feel like in a while, Joey, that we've talked about Southern Nazarene turning the ball over.
Yes, you're right. Number of seniors on this roster for Southern Arkansas as well. Now, in the age of COVID, that doesn't necessarily mean anything as to whether or not those players are coming back.
Some of them regular seniors, some of them COVID seniors, and a great take to the basket by Brown. She'll try the three-point play.
Basket is good. Foul is on number 21, Peyton Jones. That's her first.
Those at least listed as seniors on this Southern Arkansas roster, Michaela Lindsay, as well as Jerica Bell, Jessica Jones, Kylie Warren, Diamond Morris. But again, you just don't know.
And with as much usage of your roster as Southern Arkansas has, yeah, you'll lose some, but you'll have some step up and you'll have some come back.
Well, and the thing about that is too, I mean, when you play as many players as what Coach Collins does, you don't want to lose seniors. I mean, you're part of your program, but it's something you can afford to do because you're still going to have at least 8 or 9 players with quality experience. I mean, they've had time on the court and significant time on the court.
Adams gets around 2 defenders and can't get the shot to fall. Reese the rebound. Now Jones back the other way, nice between the legs, dribble, scores it, and the foul.
The basket's good. Foul is on Georgia Adams, that's her third team.
They're trying to get themselves back into the game. Southern Nazarene's gone 2 minutes without a basket.
Georgia Adams picked up her 3rd personal foul there.
A little 6 and now 7-0 run over the 8th-seeded Mule Riders, who are putting up quite the fight.
Coach Trent May has gotten off the bench now. I think he's ready to see if he needs to call a timeout, make something different happen.
He won't. There's Giddy wide open.
Well, you get the double team that high, too many players up, and someone has to be open. And Giddy, unfortunately for the Southern Arkansas defense, not the player you want to leave open that close to the basket.
Shot was deflected out of bounds.
Simon Morris returns.
Can he do that? Coach Collins just substituted one player for one player.
He did.
I want to check on that.
He's done it a couple of times in this second half. Trying to trade out different players with different parts of his rotation. Shot clock down to 10. Crossing over is Warren. Kicks down the corner. Replaces Morris, inset corner. Long two is up and good.
Riley Warren.
No trouble for Monahan against the pressure. It's all the way to the block before finding Giddy out on the wing. He takes off dribbling underneath the basket. Almost got herself out of control. And there was Wilbanks to tip the ball out of bounds.
Great Hill returns. Replacing Chloe Wilbanks.
Still 14 on the shot clock for the Crimson Storm. As Trimey comes back in the game.
Also returning Addie Tremie.
Well, Jessica Jones getting a breather, and a well-deserved breather. She's put in the effort. They all have.
And kicked out to Adams. Adams turns her back to the basket, then gets downhill. Is fouled well before taking that shot.
Fouls on Addie Tremie, that's her second.
On Trimey with the two hands.
Team's third.
And we talked about it earlier, you get beat, and you go automatically almost to put that second hand on whoever got you beat. As Morris slapped that one out off the inbound pass.
We'll do that one again.
Same set and everything. There's Awatt, dribbles away from three different defenders. Got two different post players isolated. Adams from the elbow across, up through some contact, no good. And they'll say Morris touched it last.
Wow. Not a lot of argument from anyone.
No, everybody seems to be kind of, it is what it is at this point. Southern Arkansas trying to get this game back to single digits. You would think there'd be a little more fight there, as there's a nice jumper for Peyton Jones. Brown wants to hands it back with a three of her own, puts it in.
Brooklyn Brown for three.
Just like that, it's back to a 10-point game. Almost halfway through the fourth quarter. Monahan, the fake and take. Be on the floor.
Well, Southern Nazarene spread out the Southern Arkansas defense there. Another opening, big opening in the lane, and getting back over to it just a little bit too slowly to do it without picking up the foul.
They will say that Monahan was in the act of shooting, so they'll send her to the line.
Emily Monahan at the line for two.
Monahan already 3 of 4 at the line today, 9 points, along with 5 assists and 3 steals in 28 minutes. Back iron on the first one. She'll try that again. Up and good on the second, makes the adjustment. Timeout, Southern Nazarene, and that's the first charge timeout of the half, so we'll take it with them. 5:21 to play. Southern Nazarene up by 11 on 8 seed Southern Arkansas. We'll be back after this on the GAC Sports Network.
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in careers that help your community? Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Looked at something on the monitor as we went to break.
Coach Collins has still been talking with the officials pretty much the entire time.
Made sure that a 2 down in that far corner stayed a 2. That was well earlier in the quarter as I had forgotten they had marked it.
No, that free throw by Monahan for Southern Nazarene. All 5 players on the court right now for the Crimson Storm scoring in double digits. Monahan and Jones each with 10, Awat with 13, Giddy and Adams each with 14. It's a lot of production on the court right now.
It's an embarrassment of riches for the Crimson Storm, especially here in this second half. As Hill gets downhill, loses the basketball, and it's taken away 2-on-2 the other way. Adams finds an opening, lays it up with the left hand and scores.
Georgia Adams.
6th in the conference in scoring this season. Building on that number.
Morris has it rejected by Giddy. Gets it right back, though. Out to Trimey, 3 on the way. Puts it in.
Trimey for 3.
Bounced ahead. Not too much trouble there for the Crimson Storm breaking that pressure. Now they'll have still 15 seconds to do with as they choose in the offensive front court. Down the corner, there's Adams. She wants the 3, puts it in.
Boy, with every run that Southern Arkansas has put out there, Southern Nazarene has had an answer here in the second half.
Jones wants to go downhill and said kicks it back out. Hill now driving, little floater she'll shoot 2.
That's on Emily Monahan, that's her 3rd. Number 4 on the tee.
And Warren will check back in for Southern Arkansas. Bryant has to wait at the table. She'll take Hill's place after the second.
32, number 25, Braden Hill.
First of 2 good there. Couple subs now on the table, 1 for each team, but in the women's game, it's either before the first shot or after the last shot. Not in between anymore. Second one is no good, and Giddy the rebound. Hill goes 1 of 2 at the line.
Adams was being quickly looked at her elbow on the bench. She left the free throw line, went down to the trainer, got checked out. Trying to make sure there's no blood. Didn't get a bandage put on it, so they're going to check on her anyway. The official says, hey, listen, you're going to have to go. You have to get her out of here. She does have some blood on that elbow.
They give 20 seconds. It looks like she's going to change jerseys now just because I think the blood got onto the jersey. So now she'll be wearing 24.
Make that note in your roster at home, folks.
Inside of 4 minutes of play, Southern Nazarene with the 12-point lead. I appreciated that, those of you keeping your scorebooks at home. I used to travel to just watch games and I'd keep a scorebook. A little bit of a statistical nerd growing up.
I've gotten that idea.
I wear that as a badge of honor.
Yes,
please.
but those are the fun things to do.
Hey, you grow up, you have as many coaches in your family as I did, going to baseball games from as little as I was. We weren't the kind that would go for 3 innings and then leave. If we went, we went.
Well, isn't that why they give you the opportunity for the score sheets, and you go to a Major League Baseball game and they put it on there so you can keep score during the game? People do that.
They do. I go to Walmart and buy my scorebook so I can keep them across seasons.
There you go.
Jones 1 of 2 at the line.
You have to go to your Walmart, too, if it's giving out, selling scorebooks. It doesn't do that.
3.5 to play, an 11-point lead for Southern Nazarene. This game was tied quite a bit in the third quarter. Southern Nazarene starts to make a run, and great take to the basket by Jones, and she'll be rewarded with 2 foul shots.
Fouls on Tyler Warren for third. Number 5 on the team.
Well, the defense trying to get there in time and just not able, and you see the frustration on their faces too. Not able to get there in time, and it's a defense that looks like about 36+ minutes in, maybe winding down just a bit, but what an effort tonight.
Absolutely. This game was tied at 44. And since then, it's been all Southern Nazarene as they've got that lead up to 13 points now. Here's Warren with it. She's been pretty quiet today. Across now to Trimey. She'll pull up from the free throw line, take a jumper over Giddy. It's no good. Reese grabs the rebound and is fouled. And now both teams already in the penalty. They'll shoot 2.
Well, we see the cutters coming through as well. Now, a nice rebound that time for Southern Arkansas. The cutters are still going through, but it's just slower enough, if I've said that correctly, that the defenders are able to stay through. The pass can't get through like it was getting through in the first and second quarters.
I think that was very well said.
Okay.
I appreciate that. 0 of 2 at the line for Reese. And it keeps it a 13-point game inside 3 minutes to play. Giddy looking underneath, finds Adams there again. In some traffic, goes up and draws the foul. Reese misses the 2 free throws and then is visibly frustrated that she got out of position defensively.
And Adams leaned into her watch. She has an opportunity in the middle, leans in, and draws that contact from Reese.
And she knew it immediately. The rule almost as a defender is if you're beat and you're looking at the back of a player, don't go and try to contest. Don't go anywhere near them. Let them have it. Let whoever's on the front side try to cut them off. Because if you're leaping from the backside, whether you block the shot, get any type of body contact, you're going to get tagged with a foul. And Southern Nazarene going to take a full timeout, leading by 15 with 2:41 to go. And the Crimson Storm looking to head to semifinal Saturday, where they will await the winner of Arkansas Tech and Oklahoma Baptist. That game will be played at noon tomorrow here from the Fire Lake Arena in Shawnee. Second day of coverage.
When you think about college, it's easy to think of intimidating things.
Like the large campus and classrooms, big books, and big tests. But when you get here, you realize that it's not just about these things.
It's about the people.
The people who pushed us to succeed.
Those who struggled and achieved with us.
It's about finding our place.
And living and learning with people who care about you.
This is home.
Point lead for Southern Nazarene. Southern Arkansas trying to make a last-ditch effort. Trimey with a 3 and puts it in.
3-point.
With the way Southern Arkansas plays, a game like this is never over until the very last moments.
No, it's really not. Coming into 4 for 5 from outside the arc tonight, 14 points.
He turns and faces, and now Adams with nowhere to go. Almost threw it away. Now Giddy gets it at that right elbow. Drives across the lane and laid it up, and there will be a foul on Jones on the rebound.
Yep, just momentum. Silly place to pick up a foul right there. Didn't want to do it, but just her momentum carried her over.
Trying to fight for the rebound, but Jones already had it.
32 for the Mill Riders, number 13.
And knocked her off balance into the floor. So she'll get to walk the 75 or so feet to her own free throw line for 2.
$14 points on the night for her as well after that first free throw made.
Second one in for Jones as well. Reese will check back into the game. Giddy comes to the rescue and finds Monahan streaking down the floor. Now a 2-on-2. So the Nazarene wisely backs it up. Wide open. There's Giddy to lay it up and in. Finds a way. That's the first field goal for Southern Nazarene in about 2.5 minutes. Warren back the other way, wants to get to the basket, cannot do so.
Crazy thing is Southern Nazarene is still shooting nearly 64% from the field.
30 of 47 from the field. That is extremely impressive. Not as impressive when you see how many of them were scored in the paint, but still, anytime you can make those kind of baskets, and Giddy knew she traveled with that one. A dominant paint performance for Southern Nazarene, who does have a significant height advantage over the Mule Riders, who play a majority 5 out. And it looks like Adam Collins is going to get his seniors into the game, so they can have another 1:08.
Jerica Jones checking in.
Warren takes to the basket again and draws a foul.
Fouls on Emily Monahan, that's her 5th.
Michaela Lindsay back in the game as well.
Those 5 seniors you mentioned earlier, Joey, potentially playing their last collegiate basketball game. First one for Warren, up and in. She's got 6 points. Second one up and good as well. On the side of a minute, some trouble on the backside. Now we're inside of a minute to play. As Reether initiated all that contact. AY draws a blocking foul, and she'll go shoot 2.
Fouls on Brayden Hill, her 3rd.
Well, if you're seniors, you don't want the game to end. You want it to keep going as long as you possibly can. Get an opportunity maybe for one more shot, one more basket.
Wants to the line, can't get the first one to go. She started out 4 of her first 4. It's just 2 of 5 since then. Back to an 11-point lead. Jones will kick it out. Hill wants to work downhill. Gets all the way to the basket, finds a way in. Play one-on-one as Reether brings it across. Now, too much difficulty. Haywall to come get it. About an 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Through. Haywall finds Giddy cutting to the basketball strip. Giddy gets it back and lays it up and in.
No. What a night for Giddy and for Adams.
3-pointer on the way for Jones is no good. Adams brings in the rebound, and they will dribble it out, and that will be all she wrote. Southern Nazarene takes the 84-73 win over Southern Arkansas. They had to earn every bit of that victory. We'll come back and talk about it after this. This is championship basketball on the GAC Sports Network.
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in careers that help your community? Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Fire Lake Arena along with Joey McWilliams. I'm Blake Smith, and we are joined now by Southern Nazarene forward Hannah Giddy, fresh off of a 84-73 win. And Hannah, I know every time that you play Southern Arkansas, it's a complete clash of style, and you know that you have to earn every point that you get.
Yeah, that's right. It's always tough playing Southern Ark. Tough team to guard. They like to shoot the three, so that makes it tough for us. But we got the job done, so yeah, couldn't be more happier.
You got a little bit of foul trouble in the first half. What was your mindset as a team and kind of the messages that you heard at half?
Yeah, the coaches really emphasized we can't foul. I was in foul trouble in the first quarter, so I sat for a little bit, but we did a really good job playing D in the second half. I think the first half we were disjointed, and the second half we really pulled it together, and we came together and we got the dub, so yeah.
Well, you did a good job, and Hannah, you seem like you felt a little bit more relaxed in the second half, picked up a couple of blocks there, which you can do, but also you passed the ball really well. 4 assists on the night.
Right. Yeah, I love to pass, so that's one thing I love to do, but, scoring as well has been a big improvement for me during the season, and I love blocking shots, and that's what I love to do on the court.
So you head into semifinals Saturday. Looking ahead, what's it going to take for you and the Crimson Storm to take home a GAC championship?
It's going to be tough. We can't relax now just because we got this win. We got to forget about today and just focus on the next game and hopefully, get to the championship. And so we just got to focus and relax like we just did in the second half.
Well, Hannah, thank you. Congratulations. Go enjoy that with your team, and we'll see you on Saturday and your Crimson Storm teammates.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, Southern Nazarene, we thank Hannah Giddy for joining us there. 84-73. Joey McWilliams, some thoughts?
Well, let's talk about Hannah Giddy also really quickly. Double-double on the day. She had 18 points, 13 boards, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Georgia Adams leads the way. High score on all teams, a game-high 21.6 rebounds as well for her. Emily Monahan, 10 points, 5 assists. There were 5 players in double figures in scoring, along with Cassandra Awad, who had 14 and 12 for Peyton Jones. On the other side of the ball, what an effort, and it was distributed all up and down throughout as Jessica Jones led the way, 15 points, 14 points for Addie Trimey, and Brooklyn Brown with 11 points. And Blake, you just have to give a lot of credit to Coach Collins and the team, the effort they put forward. 40 minutes, didn't have enough gas to really keep it all the way going for that 40 minutes, going up against such a tough team like Southern Nazarene.
It was a tough uphill battle for the Mule Riders. Riders, and they put forth a heck of an effort and may have just run out of gas just a little bit. And again, Southern Nazarene will advance to semifinals Saturday. They await the winner of Arkansas Tech and Oklahoma Baptist that will be played tomorrow. We've got one more quarterfinal in store for you here in just a few minutes as Southern Nazarene will take on Ouachita Baptist. For Joey McWilliams, I'm Blake Smith. We'll see you shortly here on the GAC Sports Network.